At HP, we have lots of APIs for our presses and for PrintOS. And one of the challenges that our customers face is a lot of times they don't have the internal know-how. And even though we provide good documentation and we have walkthroughs on how to use these technologies, a lot of our customers just don't have the in-house ability to connect our systems to their workflows. So a lot of our customers are very advanced customers, and they're looking to accomplish some big things. When we offer our APIs, it's often not for the basics. This is where customers are looking to, dynamically reroute jobs from one press to another. They're looking to see the status of whether a press is up or down and change their scheduling, change their batching based on what devices are available to them. And these are the things that our APIs would allow them to do if they had the know-how in-house to connect these things to their MIS and ERP systems. We are lucky that most of the customers that are using HP Indigos and PageWide systems are in a growth pattern right now. They're accelerating. They are in that place where they're opening up new facilities and they are growing. And oftentimes one of the biggest challenges that they have is scaling. And it's about how do they have more visibility into their operations as their operations get more and more complex. And especially as many of them are facing more and more jobs when they start producing 1,000 jobs a day, 10,000 jobs a day, or even more. That's where managing and routing those jobs becomes something that a person can't do on their own. So they have to do it through data, and they have to guide their data. And a lot of that, again, isn't based on a single person scanning or reporting something. It has to be based on the machines directly reporting into the systems. So oftentimes we see with these companies that there is either a struggle to grow because they can't get enough bodies through the door, and they can't hire enough people to do these kinds of reporting and management tasks. Or they're starting to miss shipments in ways that they never have before. We generally see that it's a struggle to hire, or it's a struggle to execute. And that's where they know that they need help. And oftentimes, a lot of these companies know the answer. They know that the answer is in their systems. They simply don't have the ability to configure these systems, or a lot of the systems that you buy off the shelf. They might even be fairly configurable, but they don't come with the know-how needed to set them up and to bridge one system to another system. A vendor might be an expert in their one system, but then they can't bridge it to the other systems and connect them. My introduction to Innovaic goes long back. As many people know in my history, before working at HP, I come from owning and running my own shops, and it was at the largest shop that I've ever operated that I was able to meet a lot of the people who now own and run Innovaic. And it was meeting them in the context of print that later in life and later in my career has let me know and let me trust in this group of individuals, knowing that these are people that understand print. These are people that understand not just from the development and technology side, but they run presses. They know how imposition works. They know what it takes to process thousands of jobs per day. And they know what that looks like on the floor. They have lived it. They have breathed it. And therefore, you're not just getting a technology solutions company. You're also getting people that truly understand the pain points and understand the solutions because they've done it on their own floors with their own companies before. The fact that Innovaic understands not only how to program and integrate around a solution, but to the fact that they understand print and the intricacies of what it means to build a flow that a press operator will use to make something that people know how to punch into, that to make something that is staff friendly and works within the printing industry. gives me a lot of confidence that when I know that a customer is going to work with Innovaic, I know that the customer doesn't have to come up with everything that they want Innovaic to work on. I know that the customer can speak in ideas and dreams and goals, and Innovaic understands enough of how their print shop works that they can fill in the gaps and fill in the details. And that's one of the biggest struggle points of any integration company is a lot of integration. There's a lot of good developers out there in the world, especially when we look at a lot of the relatively inexpensive overseas development. But you really have to know what you're looking for, and you have to know what you're asking for in order to get a good integration and to get the result that you want. And what has always given me confidence in Innovaic and in the things that they do is, again, they have lived every inch of running a print shop and building a successful one, whether that's a small one or a large one, as I've known them through the journey of small to large. And it's having that context that a lot of other development houses wouldn't have that allows you to, again, as I said, speak in ideas and dreams and goals, and let them fill in the gaps. Let them find the things that you might miss to spell out. I think that seeing the benefits in any integration project, whether that's a workflow project or ERP, or simply connecting a simple API to a to an MIS system or anything like that, if you have a strong goal and you have a idea of what the value will be, you can pick relatively small tasks where you can see benefit in the first couple weeks. Innovaic has been able to bridge the gap for several of our customers where our customers were looking to pull their systems into really one place where they could look at their inventory, they could look at consumption, they could look at their accounting, they could look at all of their production metrics in one place through one system. And Innovaic is a company that has been able to do that. They've been able to utilize not only HP's APIs, but also the APIs from other systems and connect them into a single point where everyone can see all of that displayed in one system to benefit all of those different aspects of a company. A lot of times when print shop owners are struggling, as someone that is highly focused on enabling our customers in automation and workflow, a lot of times when I see a struggling shop, they're struggling because they believe that they need to overhaul everything in order to move forward. They believe that they need to put in a whole new MIS system or ERP system or a new workflow, or move all of their clients over to one new way of getting data. And although those things are very nice, and I tend to agree that that's how they're going to see the biggest benefit, one of the nice things about having integration companies at their disposal like Innovaic is that you don't have to bite off everything all at once. A lot of times you can see a large lift in automation and workflow simply by starting in some of the easier areas like automating your imposition or your order intake or anything like that, or even inventory. You can pick specific areas to start. And when you have an integration company that is able to work with many other different systems and pull them in, that allows you to step a foot into workflow, into automation, without having to bite off the whole thing in one shot, which is why I see most print shops get stuck and hesitate. Is they look at it and they go, wow, this is a multi-million-dollar investment in the end to replace everything, and it's going to take years. And the fact is it doesn't have to be as daunting as many people feel that it is. For every company that I have seen go down the automation and workflow route with a lot of intention, understanding that that's not something that, and I say, when I say to go down that route with a lot of intention, that's when they come to the understanding that it's not something that you ever finish. It's not something that I'm going to install this, one system and then I'm done. I'm automated and my company is going to be changed forever. When they understand that it's the journey, that by focusing on automation, by focusing on something as simple as, again, if you're automating order intake, that can transform your business so that you can take in thousands of orders. Now, as soon as you do that, that changes your needs in automation on how you impose things, on how you batch things, which then, of course, changes what you need in shipping. It changes what you need in inventory. It's an ongoing system where as soon as you improve one thing, you will open the doors to needing to improve other things. And once companies adapt to the idea that this is a culture change, it is a lifestyle change for a company, I've never known a company that regretted it, that stayed down this path, because this is where you see companies go from, maybe a $10 million, $15 million company that's doing largely manual order taking, manual order entry, to companies that are 40, 50, 60, or hundreds of millions of dollars that have all automated systems going all the way throughout their business. And I've never known a company that has gotten to those levels, that has gotten to that 50 million, 100 million or more mark without automation. And I've never known one that was there due to automation that regretted it and said, yes, it was so much better when I was handwriting things and could only take in 50 or 100 orders a day. If I was talking to the print shop owner that was still using all manual processes, and I had to give them one reason to invest in automation, to invest in doing things differently, that one reason would be because your competition is. And if you don't, those customers that you hold dear, someone else is going to take them from you. And unfortunately, you can say that that's because of the human touch is why we keep the customers that we have and all that. But I would encourage you as well that automation and workflow is not losing the human touch. It's quite the opposite. I would say is the human touch of data entry very valuable? Is the human touch of opening an imposition program, clicking a button, hitting save, is that a valuable use of human time? And what I would say is when you put in lots of automation, that's actually where you get to unleash your workforce so that they can spend time doing what humans do best, and that's retaining the customers, that's giving excellent customer service, and that's focusing on the human-to-human contact. And some of the shops that I know that have the best human-to-human contact are actually the most automated ones. Working with Innovaic lets me know that my customers, big and small, whether they have developers on staff, whether they have workflow people on staff or not, that I know that working with companies and integrators like Innovaic can be an equalizer that can allow any company, big and small, to accomplish the same thing, the same levels of automation, the same levels of workflow as the biggest companies that have all those people on staff. And that is incredibly valuable in my eyes, to have a leveler that allows even the smallest companies to go far.